In the swirling vortex of hip-hop's golden era and Hollywood's glittering underbelly, a narrative has emerged that intertwines two titans of culture, Queen Latifah and Sean Diddy Combs. Their connection, shrouded in whispers and speculation, has become a focal point for those dissecting the power dynamics of the entertainment industry. The story begins not with scandal, but with a fleeting moment, a memory of revelry, Queen Latifah and Diddy caught in a playful, carefree scene at a party. It was horseplay, nothing more, a moment of camaraderie that seemed innocent enough. Yet, as the years have unfolded and Diddy's name has become entangled in legal battles and allegations, that moment has taken on a darker hue, raising questions about loyalty, silence, and the price of power. Queen Latifah, born Dana Owens in Newark, New Jersey, was never just another artist. In the late 1980s and early 1990s, she burst onto the rap scene with a commanding presence, a streetwise poet whose debut album, All Hail the Queen, was a clarion call for empowerment. Her music was unapologetically black, feminist, and bold, with tracks like UNITY challenging the misogyny that permeated the rap game. She wasn't just a participant in hip-hop culture, she helped shape it, standing shoulder to shoulder with legends like Tupac, Naughty by Nature, and Heavy D. Her authenticity was undeniable, her respect in the streets unquestioned. But as her career evolved, so did her image, and with it, the circle she moved in. Parallel to her rise was Diddy, a mogul whose Bad Boy records redefined hip-hop in the 1990s. His empire was built on chart-topping hits, larger-than-life personas, and infamous parties that drew the elite of music in Hollywood. These events were more than just gatherings. They were power hubs where alliances were forged and secrets were kept. Queen Latifah, by many accounts, was no stranger to these spaces. Whispers from those who were there suggest she wasn't just a guest, but a respected figure in Diddy's orbit, someone who moved with ease among the industry's power brokers. Yet, unlike others tied to Diddy, Usher, Cassie, or even Clive Davis, Latifah has remained conspicuously silent as his empire faces scrutiny. The allegations against Diddy are severe. A 79-page lawsuit filed by a music producer who claims to have worked and lived with him alleges underage girls, hidden cameras, and sexual harassment at his home, claims Diddy has denied. Federal prosecutors have further accused him of orchestrating drug-fueled events dubbed freak-offs, followed by coerced silence. As these revelations have rocked the industry, Queen Latifah's name has surfaced not in legal documents, but in the court of public opinion. Why? Because her silence, in the face of such explosive allegations, feels deafening to those who see her as a beacon of accountability, a woman who once rapped about unity and justice. To understand this silence, we must rewind to the 1990s, when Dana Owens transformed into Queen Latifah, the artist who challenged stereotypes and demanded respect. Her early work was raw, unfiltered, and rooted in the realities of black womanhood. But as hip-hop became a global force, the industry began to reshape its stars. Latifah's pivot from rap to Hollywood was strategic, marked by roles in films like Jungle Fever and Set It Off. By 1999, she was hosting The Queen Latifah Show, a daytime talk show that signaled her transition from rebel MC to mainstream darling. This wasn't just a career shift. It was a rebranding, one that aligned her with the likes of Clive Davis, a music mogul known for grooming artists like Whitney Houston, Alicia Keys, and Diddy himself. This rebranding came at a cost. While Latifah's star rose, other black women in the industry, those who refused to soften their edges, faced roadblocks. Artists like Lauryn Hill and Jaguar Wright, who challenged the industry's power structures, were sidelined or blackballed. Lil' Kim and Foxy Brown, despite their talent, struggled against a system that rewarded compliance. Latifah, however, thrived. Her roles in family-friendly comedies like Last Holiday and biopics like Bessie cemented her as a bankable, safe figure. CoverGirl endorsements and Netflix deals followed, positioning her as a media titan akin to Oprah. But this success, some argue, was tied to her willingness to play by Hollywood's rules, rules that often meant staying silent about its darker truths. The whispers about Latifah's presence at Diddy's parties persist, though unconfirmed. These events, now infamous for their excesses, were attended by A-listers who, according to lawsuits, may have witnessed or participated in questionable activities. Latifah's name has surfaced in these discussions, not as an accused party, but as someone who was there, who saw, and who chose not to speak. This choice has sparked debate. Was her silence a calculated move to protect her brand, or was it loyalty to a friend? Diddy, by all accounts, was the kind of person who, if he cared for you, would lay down his life for you. But that loyalty came with expectations, and saying no to him wasn't always easy. Comedian Katt Williams has been a vocal critic of Hollywood's underbelly, and his comments have fueled speculation about Latifah's role. In his explosive Club Shay Shay interview with Shannon Sharpe, Williams didn't name Latifah directly, but hinted at a broader truth. Some of the industry's most beloved figures are complicit in its machinery. He spoke of royalty who wear invisible crowns, suggesting that those who appear untouchable are often protecting the system that elevates them. For fans, the timing of Latifah's career moves raises eyebrows. Her pivot to Hollywood coincided with Diddy's peak influence, and her growing ties to power brokers like Clive Davis placed her in a web of influence that rewarded discretion. The 2023 BET Awards crystallized this tension. Latifah led a tribute celebrating her legacy, a moment that highlighted her as a trailblazer. Yet behind the scenes, the event was mired in controversy. Insiders claimed BET executives were under pressure to address criticisms about the exploitation of black artists, amplified by Jaguar Wright's interviews exposing industry abuses. Instead of engaging with these issues, the awards doubled down on respectability, with Latifah as the face of that narrative. Bloggers later alleged she helped curate the honorary list, ensuring controversial figures were excluded. Her silence during this moment wasn't just a choice. It was a statement, one that aligned her with the industry's polished facade rather than its raw truths. This divide between the rebels and the royalty defines the Latifah-Diddy saga. Artists like Katt Williams and Jaguar Wright have paid a price for their outspokenness, losing opportunities and facing backlash. Latifah, by contrast, has navigated the industry with grace, never ruffling feathers, always staying above the fray. But this careful navigation has led some to question whether she traded her rebel roots for a seat at the table. Her silence, once seen as professionalism, now feels like a shield, protecting not just her brand, but the system that sustains it. The Diddy trial, with its revelations of power, coercion, and betrayal, has only intensified these questions. As jurors hear testimony about his alleged crimes, the ripple effects reach beyond him, touching those who were part of his world. Latifah's name, though not in court documents, lingers in the speculation. Fans and critics alike wonder, what did she know and when? Her friendship with Diddy was never flaunted, never used for clout, but its quiet existence speaks volumes. In Hollywood, where every move is scrutinized, silence is a strategy, a way to protect alliances and avoid the fallout of scandal. At 54, Latifah has begun to address personal rumors, carefully confirming aspects of her life that fans long suspected. This calculated openness mirrors her approach to her friendship with Diddy, private, controlled, and deliberate. She's mastered the art of balancing a public persona with private complexities, a skill that has kept her career intact while others have faltered. But as Diddy's legal battles unfold, that balance is being tested. The public is no longer content with silence. They want answers. Was Latifah a loyal friend standing by Diddy, or did she see things she chose to ignore? The truth may never fully emerge, but the questions persist because they touch on something deeper, the cost of success in an industry built on power and secrets. Latifah's journey from Newark streets to Hollywood's elite is a testament to her talent and resilience, but it's also a story of choices. She chose to pivot, to rebrand, to align with the system rather than challenge it. In doing so, she built an empire, but at what cost? For every CoverGirl deal, every Oscar-nominated role, there's a shadow, a question about what she saw, what she knew, and why she stayed silent. Katt Williams, for his part, has spent years drawing a map of Hollywood's hidden alliances, pointing to those who benefit from the system's protection. His warnings, once dismissed as rants, now feel prophetic. He didn't name Latifah to stir drama, but to highlight a truth: silence is complicity. And while Latifah has never been accused of wrongdoing, her quiet presence in Diddy's world raises uncomfortable questions. Did she stay silent to protect her career, her friend, or both? Was her loyalty to Diddy a reflection of trust, or was it survival in a game where speaking out comes with consequences?